What's going on with y'all, man? What's popping with the population, as my guy Loaded Lux will say? Uh, but man, I'm bringing you guys a video today to talk about some Week 5 waiver wire pickups. These are the guys that I'm definitely looking to pick up if I haven't already picked up, or if, they're in the queue for my waiver wire, man. You know you can't just pick some of these guys straight up unless they've been on there for a little while, or well, especially not if you're trying to pick them up on Tuesday. They all have to go through the waiver wire at this point. So, I got about four guys. I'll say I got my list here. Possibly five. One of them is iffy. Well, I'm gonna start it off with this first play. With this first pickup, he's rostered in about 35% of leagues on ESPN. By the way, but this is more of like a stash play right here. This is a guy that you pick up if you own Miles Sanders, or if this is definitely a pickup if you own Miles Sanders on any of your fantasy rosters. This is definitely a pickup just in case he gets injured. His role is going to be expanded through the roof, and that's kind of Gainwell. He's starting to creep into some of Miles Sanders' snap counts. Kenneth Gainwell this past week against the Chiefs, he got up to 40% of the snaps. Starting to definitely dig into Miles Sanders snaps a little bit, especially on passing downs. It's looking like he might have a future there. I got his stats, but I think I don't have him pulled up right now. But actually, I can get it pulled up real quick. So last week he had about 3 carries for 31 yards, but he had 6 receptions for 58 yards. That tells you a lot right there. So especially if Miles Sanders if he gets hurt, this guy is gonna go rampant. I can already tell you that he's probably gonna get about 8 to 10 carries a game with about 4 to 5 receptions a game, and that's great, especially if you're in the PPR league. And this guy's kind of built like a wide receiver. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the Eagles games, but he's built kind of slim. He has like a wide receiver type of frame, but uh, I'm not really high on him. That's more of a if you got Miles Sanders and you need his backup just in case he gets hurt, that's more of like a protection pickup right there. But I got somebody else I want to talk about. I got Samaje Perine. He's rostered in about 2.5% of leagues. He's a guy. He has a pretty low ceiling, especially considering that all the wide receivers from the Bengals are about healthy. T Higgins is expected to play this week. I think he started practicing already. Um, but Samaje Perine showed a little bit. He showed a little bit of something last year, averaging about 4.8 yards a carry. But this year has been pretty slow with Joe Mixon back healthy, getting all the touches. But the Bengals' offense last year, and it's only impressive to me because the Bengals' run game last year was terrible. The offensive line was terrible. And they really didn't have much running success. For Perine to average about 4.8 yards a carry last season shows he's a solid running back. He's not the elusive. He's not the home run hitting guy. He's not the running back that's probably gonna get you about 5 catches a game or so. But like he's probably more touchdown dependent than anything. But he's a nice pickup, especially considering that Joe Mixon is day to day. And if you're desperate right now for a running back, you need somebody that you know is gonna get at least 10 carries, probably in case you don't have a running back this week. Samaje Perine is definitely a good pickup. If Joe Mixon misses this week, he's day to day, like I said, with the ankle sprain. So possibilities there. Possibility is definitely there. And I got somebody else for you guys. I'm not even gonna say somebody. It's a bunch of people. It's the Cowboys defense. Right now, they're rostering about 32% of ESPN leagues. They're fifth in fantasy points per game, and that's mostly due to them being second in takeaways. The defense has given up a little bit of points, so I want to tell you guys, they've definitely given up their fair share of points. I mean, but that's mainly giving up a lot of points to the Panthers in garbage time. Uh, they gave up. Of course, you played Tom Brady week 1. Of course, you're gonna give up a lot of points there. But they kind of held Herbert and the Chargers offense in check a little bit. And this week they get the Giants, man. We know Daniel Jones has been turnover prone over his short career. So I definitely like the Cowboys defense for this week. I'm considering playing them. If I get them, I have to pick them up in my waiver wire. Hopefully nobody snatches them up, bro. But I really need them because I'm gonna tell you the two defenses I have. I have the Bills defense, which has been going crazy, right? That's been my starting defense. But they play the Chiefs this week. I'm not playing the Bills defense versus the Chiefs. The Chiefs are then they're gonna score at least 21 against anybody, and I have to pray that they turn over Mahomes, which I don't know if I wanna do that. So I'm gonna eliminate the Bills, and then my backup defense is the Dolphins, who plays Tom Brady in the Buccaneers offense. Now I know you guys are probably like, well, we just seen the Patriots hold the Bucks in check a little bit, right? But you also have to take into consideration that the Patriots are a lot more. I guess you could say you can rely on them more so on offense to keep the clock going, keep the chains moving, so that Tom Brady doesn't have a million possessions. And we also have to take into account that it was raining. It was a bad weather game. Tom Brady missed a few throws that he should have had. There was a few drops from the Buccaneers, and I highly doubt we're gonna get another rain game. I didn't even check the NFL weather, but um, Dolphins. I'm not trusting Dolphins. So Cowboys, if you guys can pick up the Cowboys defense, that's a great waiver wire pickup for defense this week. I looked through a few of them, and I just this is the one I trust the most, basically, just because I feel like they have the upside. So another defense that was supposed to be good, Washington football team. That's a sneaky defense to pick up too, if you can get them. But they're rostered in about 61% of leagues, and that's mainly due to the fact that they were touted as about like they were gonna be such a great defense in the offseason. So everybody was on them most people drafted the Washington football team defense. So um their defense hasn't, and actually their defense hasn't been the worst, but it really hasn't been that good. But considering they're playing the Saints, who have they don't have any receivers. Marquez Callaway's solid, and Kamara's a good running back. But if you take Kamara out if you take the running game away, I don't know if I can trust Jameis to beat this defense. I really don't know, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Washington wins that game. But we're gonna switch it off the defense. My next pickup, I like Damian Williams. So if you guys don't know, uh, David David Montgomery, he's gonna be out for about 4 to 5 weeks. I forgot what the injury is. I can actually take a look real quick. Let's see what the injury is. He's doubtful. He's out for the next 4 to 5 weeks. The injury, oh, it's a knee injury. Let's see. I don't know what type of injury it is, but what specifically it is. I'm gonna just say sprain or whatever. But he's out the next 4 to 5 weeks. So, Damian Williams, definitely a guy who has home run potential. He's if you guys PP's already been playing about 30% of the snaps with David Montgomery healthy, and now that you have Justin Fields running the show, we can see a few read options. Maybe he escapes a few times, and he also has PP. He has good PPR upside because he can also pass catch out the backfield as well. He's gonna get you about 2 to 3 receptions every game. So, and considering they're playing the Raiders, and this is the game they'll probably be behind in, I like the upside for Damian Williams to get maybe 3 to 4 catches in this game and about 50 to 60 yards total, possibly. And hopefully, if he can get a touchdown for you, that just gives you're already somewhere around 15 points plus. So this is a guy who's only rostering about 15% of ESPN leagues. So nice pickup for you. And then my last pick, I probably should have said this first because I don't know, his upside really isn't that high this week, not to me. But Trey Lance, I like Trey Lance. I want to take a look at. I had him. I forgot to put who they played next in my notes. Oh, they played the Cardinals. That's what they played the Cardinals. So Trey Lance is a guy. You give Kyle Shanahan some time to really scheme up some things with Trey Lance. He really has some upside, but he's a rookie, right? So we don't really know if teams start catching on to tendencies. He's only played about. He's not even played a full. He hasn't even played a full game yet. So I'm not too high on him, but I definitely think he's worth the pickup in case you got a QB that gets injured, or if he just hits. If he just hits the stride going, man. Let's take a look real quick. Last week, His completion percentage wasn't that good. I think it was somewhere around 50%. I got to pull it up here right now. Against Seattle, who really doesn't have a great secondary, went 9 for 18, 157 yards, 2 TDs. But this is where he really is going to make his money for you. 7 carries for 41 yards. And he finished with about 20 fantasy points, and he only played a half of football. Now, albeit that was against Seattle at home, and they really didn't get to prepare for him. But I just kind of believe in Kyle Shanahan. I think he has the magic to really put Trey Lance in a position to win. Right, put him in great spots, and I just want to see what they scheme up with him. So, that's definitely somebody you should pick up. I'm not saying you start him this week, but this is definitely a guy you stash for sure. And you wait till they get a great matchup on the road against Arizona, a team that'll probably put up some decent amount of points on them. He might even get some garbage time yards and TDs. That's possibly worth it, depending on who your quarterback is. So that's about it for me as far as the waiver wire pickups. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, man. And I'm out of here. Peace.